Major League Baseball, just cancel the season already. Just do it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Brian Talks Baseball, where I'm Brian and we talk about baseball. In my last video, I said two things. At the beginning, I said that Major League Baseball is kind of a shit show right now. At the end of my video, I made a promise that this video would be a little bit more lighthearted. Unfortunately, only one of those things are true, and it's not the one that either of us hoped. But nonetheless, we're going to get into it. Earlier today, it was released that the Miami Marlins, for those of you who don't know, have at least 14 positive cases of coronavirus. Some coaches, some players. What's worse is that apparently they sat on this information and had a team meeting knowing the information that was unfolding, and they decided to play their game on Sunday anyway. There's so much wrong with this. Not just the fact that they just completely ignored the protocols. You know, they put the other team in danger. They put the hotel staff in danger. They put each other in danger. There's just so many layers to this that it is just unbelievable. Their whole series with the Orioles has been canceled. As a safety precaution, the Yankees and Phillies also postponed their game tonight. There's speculation that this outbreak may have started when the Marlins were playing the Braves in Atlanta, which means that they might be at risk. And since then, Atlanta has played games against other teams. This is just, if I said it was a shit show before, I mean, this goes way beyond that. I think if we were to call it a shit show now, I think it would be charitable to say that. This is completely, going in the wrong direction. And it's amazing how poorly this whole situation has been managed from the get-go. It's almost like this has kind of been a microcosm for how the country as a whole has been handling it. I'm almost waiting for Rob Manfred to come out and say that, the reason why there's so many positive cases is because they've done so many tests. Like, I'm genuinely waiting for that type of response because, it wouldn't be that off base. We can't control grown men, but we want to open schools with 500 kids. Anyway, guys, welcome to my channel, Brian Talks Politics, where I'm Brian and we talk about politics. In all seriousness, though, my question is, at what point do we start actually considering canceling the season? Because after all of this, Major League Baseball still came out today and said that they're not at this time considering canceling the season. So again, at what point? I know it's only one team, it's only one outbreak, but we're 5 days into the season, guys. 5 games into the season and we have our first outbreak. And it's not like it's been smooth sailing since the start of summer camp and the start of the season and, all of a sudden this happened. There have been positive cases reported since before the teams even got together. So do we think that this is some sort of isolated incident? Do we think that this is going to go away and not happen again? The league is not even enforcing these protocols. Teams players are high-fiving each other. They're not keeping their distance in the dugout. There's a lot going on. I know the protocols are in place, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of handling or policing of the protocols. I can't imagine that it's easy to hold the players accountable for what they do off the field. Dave Martinez came out and said today, my level of concern went from an 8 to about a 12. He said, I'll be honest with you, I'm scared. I really am. I mean, yeah. We're talking about like human lives at stake here. Again, like what is it going to take? I've heard people say, well, it's only one team and one outbreak. It's not like it's like 3 teams having an outbreak. But why does it have to get to that point? Does a player have to die? Does somebody have to die and be made an example of for this even to be considered? For what? For our entertainment? I'm even seeing people say, baseball will never be the same. Yeah, it won't be the same. If a player fucking dies from COVID-19 because of the mismanagement of the situation, that's why it'll never be the same. If Major League Baseball gets canceled today, it will be largely the same if it comes back in 2021. The stadiums are not going to magically vanish, right? Little leagues aren't going to vanish, right? High school baseball fields are not going to vanish. What might happen if they continue to play the season, a player does get seriously sick, or if a player does die, or a coach dies. It doesn't even have to be a player. It can be a coach, it could be a broadcaster, it can be any number of different types of team personnel. What is it going to take? Right? And again, for what? So the teams could make money? The owners have been crying this whole time that they're not going to make money anyway. So what is canceling the season really going to do for their pocketbooks, for their wallets, right? And we're going to feel sorry for them because they're not making any money. You guys do know that sports owners had billions of dollars and then own a sports franchise, right? It's not the other way around, right? Tom Ricketts is not going to take a second mortgage out on his mansion because they had to cancel the season. Jeff Wilpon is not going to pull from his kid's college saving fund because the season got canceled. Let's not feel sorry for the owners here if the season gets canceled. That's not really the message here. That's really just missing the mark. And I want to be clear. I mean, I want to see baseball get played as much as anybody. I love baseball much. I dedicated this whole thing literally to talk about baseball. I have a Twitter account where I just literally only talk about baseball. So I want to see baseball played more than anybody, but I don't want to see baseball being played at the risk of anyone's life, not just the players. I think that this, again, this mirrors how this country is handling the situation as a whole. It's complete mismanagement. It's complete ignorance to the facts, to the science, and the fact that Don Mattingly let his players decide, knowing the information, that they were still going to play and put each other and their opponents and, again, the stadium personnel and the hotel staff and the rest of the league really at risk. I think it's unbelievable. I think at the very least, he should be suspended or fired for the rest of the season. I think that this shouldn't even still be a discussion. I think that this should have already happened. And the fact that it hasn't yet at the time of recording this video, I think it tells you all you need to know about where Major League Baseball's priorities are as far as handling the situation, the direction it wants to go moving forward. I think it tells you everything you need to know. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Sorry it wasn't the lighthearted video that I wanted this to be. I promise I will come out with some videos. I did have one set about some predictions for the season, talking about the expanded playoffs and things like that. And there are just, some other things that came down the pipeline. But when things like this happen, I couldn't make another video without addressing this. So anyway, I hope you'll stick by me. I hope you'll keep watching. If you like what I'm doing, please barrel up that subscribe button and shove that like button. That's a new one. Just came up with that. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll see you guys next time. Later.